everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making something from Mama Bell's Big Family Cookbook. This actually just came out not too long ago, so this is a newer cookbook. And the thing that we are going to make today is sour cream and chive chicken, okay? So basically what you need to do ahead of time is you are going to need 8 medium sweet Vidalia onions. You're going to peel them and cut them in half. You're going to need 1 5-pound bag of yellow potatoes that you're going to peel and cut into chunks, which I already have in a big pan here ready to go. You're also going to need a 5-pound chicken cut up into pieces, like 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings, 2 chicken breasts. Or you could probably just buy the separate pieces if you wanted to have it already cut up. I actually did cut it up myself. I watched a video on YouTube, so if you want to try cutting it up yourself, you can find a video on YouTube that shows you how to do it. It's okay. It's not something I really like doing, I guess. I don't know. It's not something I enjoyed, okay? But anyways, okay, so then you're also going to need 2 cups of butter, salted butter, melted, which I have here in this bowl. Okay, so once you have all of that done, you're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You're going to need 2 9 by 13 pans, greased. I am actually just going to use 1 pan. This is a, what is this, a 15, 11, it says 11 by 5. That doesn't sound right. But anyways, it's bigger than a 10 by 13 pan, okay? And then to grease it, I'm just going to spray some pan spray or some spray oil, whatever you prefer to call it, on there. Okay. All right, so now what you're going to do is you are going to need 4 cups of Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. And you can either put this in a bowl or on a plate, whichever way you prefer. I prefer to use bowls. I just feel more comfortable that way. Okay. Then you're going to add to this 1 tablespoon of salt. So 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of pepper. Some of my pepper's flying the other way there. Okay, there we go. Then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Okay. And 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. Okay. Oh, my oven's ready. Yay. Ooh, that's a little too much. There we go. Oh, now a whole bunch of it fell back in there. There we go. Okay. All right, you're just going to mix this up real quick. Give it a good stir. Oh, this is a 15 by 13 pan. That's what it is. I just couldn't see the 1 very well in front of the 3. I was like, 15 by 3? That doesn't make sense. Or 5 by 3? That doesn't make sense. It's a 15 by 13. That's what it is. Okay. All right. So now you've got that all mixed up. So now what you're going to do is you are going to take your chicken pieces. You're going to dip them in the melted butter. And then coat them in the breading. Okay. And then you're going to set this in your pan. Now, if you're using 2 9 by 13 pans, then, you're going to separate them out. So divide it up between the 2 pans. And then once you get these all breaded, you're going to go ahead and add your Vidalia onions around them. So once again, if you're using a 10 by 13 pan, 2 10 by 13 pans, you're going to split the Vidalia onions up as well. And then you're going to take the rest of the butter, any butter that's of the melted butter that's left, and you're going to drizzle it over top of the onions. and then sprinkle the leftover Italian seasoning mix here over the top of it as well, okay? So once you've got all of that done and in the pan, you're going to go ahead and bake it at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes, okay? So I'm going to finish breading this and get that in the oven. Now, once you get this in the oven, you can go ahead and take your cut up potatoes, your yellow potatoes that you peeled and cubed. You're going to put them in a pan and cover them with water. And then you're going to bring that to a boil, and you're going to boil them for about 20 minutes, okay, over a medium heat until they're nice and tender. So you want them to be pretty tender. Then you're going to drain those and then add 1 cup of butter and either mix it up with a hand mixer or mash it with a potato masher, however you want to do it. I'm actually going to use a potato masher just because I don't like using the hand mixers. I think it makes a mess. Okay, so you're gonna finish off your breading your chicken, put it in the pan with the Vidalia onions. You're gonna drizzle the leftover butter over top of the onions, and then put the leftover breading over top of the onions as well. Pop that in the oven at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. While that is cooking, you're gonna go ahead and add your potatoes that your yellow potatoes that you have peeled and chopped into chunks, and you are going to put that in a pan and cover it with water and bring it to a boil and cook it for about 20 minutes until they're nice and tender. Then you're going to drain them and smash them, whichever way you want to do that, with 1 cup of butter. So you can either smash them by using a blender, using a potato masher, or whatever. And then when we come back, we will have the chicken ready, and we will make the gravy out of the chicken juice that's in here, okay? So I will be back as soon as all of that's done. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so once your chicken is done, and of course you've got your mashed potatoes all mashed up and waiting as well, you're gonna go ahead and take the juices from the pan that the chicken is in and put it into a saucepan, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you are gonna add about 1/2 tablespoon of salt. And I know I'm not measuring, but that's okay. And 1/2 tablespoon of pepper, okay? Let's get this ground up a little more in there. Okay, there we go. 1/2 tablespoon of salt. Okay, so both of those are in. Then you're also gonna add 1 cup of flour to this. Okay. And you're gonna whisk this together over a medium-high heat till you make like a paste. Okay, so let's turn this on, and you're gonna whisk it together. And it says it'll probably take about 2 minutes for the paste to form. Whew, I made a little bit of a mess. So I'm gonna get this into a paste, and then I will be back and show you what we do next, okay? So I'll be back, guys. So once you have your paste formed, you're also gonna let it sit and simmer for about 2 minutes, okay? And then you're gonna go ahead and slowly add in your broth. You need 4 cups of chicken broth. Okay, and you're gonna add that in while you're whisking. I'm gonna switch hands just because I can't do that, okay? Okay, so just keep whisking it, adding the broth. Oops, broth is coming and going out there. Get it all nice and whisked together. And I got stuff stuck in the tines there. There we go. It is starting to look like a gravy already. Okay, maybe got stuff stuck to the side of the pan. There we go. Okay, so just keep adding your 4 cups of broth and whisking it at the same time. Basically wanting to break up the clumps and stuff. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys the paste. So mine didn't really make a paste. It kind of just made like crumbles. I don't know that I had enough of the sauce left from the chicken when it was done cooking. So we'll find out, okay? So let's try to get some of these clumps out of here. I don't want clumps, big old clumps of stuff in my gravy. So I'm gonna try to get those out. Okay, so once you've got it pretty stirred in, then you're gonna go ahead and add 2 cups of heavy cream. And then 8 ounces or an 8-ounce container of sour cream. Okay, and you're going to keep whisking that together. And you're just going to keep whisking it until it kind of thickens up, which it says it'll take about 5 minutes, okay? And then you're going to reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for 5 minutes, okay? While that is simmering, if you want, you can go ahead and chop up some fresh chives. It just says 1 bunch of fresh chives chopped. So I am going to go ahead and keep stirring this for about 5 minutes or so until it thickens, then let it simmer for 5 minutes and chop up my chives. And then I'll be back to show you guys everything done and put together. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so everything is done and ready. So we have a white gravy. It's kind of what we would call around here like a country gravy. I don't know if that's what it's called everywhere, but that's what we would call it. Got our nice mashed potatoes here, and then our chicken and onions over here. So I'm not going to put the gravy on top of the mashed potatoes. I'm gonna let anybody else decide whether or not they want the gravy, because some in my family like white gravy, some don't. But I am gonna go ahead and try all of this. Oh, and then I do have some cut up chives over here that they can sprinkle on top if they want to have that, okay? So we're just gonna dip some of this in here, and I'm gonna sprinkle a few chives over it. All right, so let's give these mashed potatoes and gravy a try, shall we? That is definitely a lot like the country gravy that well, at least what we call country gravy. It's a little bit peppery. It's really good though. A little bit peppery. This one's creamier maybe than what some of the other ones are. I don't know that they always put sour cream in it here, so that makes it just a little bit creamier and a little bit thicker, but that's really good, okay? So you can thin out the gravy too. If yours came out too thick, you can just add a little bit more of the chicken broth and thin out your gravy as well if you need to, okay? All right, so let's give this chicken a try. Oh, that's an onion. I want a piece of chicken. Let's see. I can just get a small piece off here. And I did temperature check my chicken to make sure it was above 165 degrees before I pulled it out of the oven. Always a good idea to do that. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that is really good. That's delicious, you guys. Wow. That kind of reminds me a little bit of KFC chicken. That's fantastic. Delicious. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy, and we'll see you later. Bye.